Good evening and afternoon and morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Veritas, and welcome to the stream. Or YouTube video. So basically, today is Thursday. By the time this video goes out, it won't be Thursday anymore. But Thursday has always been a day of the week I dislike. Mainly because there's nothing to do. Friday is the advent of Zur, and for those that still participate in the hackfest known as Trials of Osiris, those activities unlock for the weekend. And also Friday is, the end of the week when people, that are out and just kind of relax, enjoy their weekend. But to me, Friday is the day after Thursday. Wednesday is kind of like the cleanup day for Tuesday, and Thursday is the waiting lull for Friday. And then the weekend is the weekend, and then Monday is the prep for Tuesday. So Tuesday and Thursday, you end up with these dead zones. And those dead zones, those are the problem. So we are currently in the lull. And not in a good way. So here we sit, waiting for things to happen. Just doing the daily bounties, and hoping that sometime soon, hopefully on, won't be tomorrow, hopefully on Saturday or Sunday, I'll get a Future Warco rank up. Perhaps. As a PvE-centric player, I do run out of content now and then. Mainly as a solo PvE player. Because if I had, a team of people that I could consistently play with, I would have a lot more things to do. But, oh well. I don't remember if the wolves actually drop temper cloth. They're kind of buggy when it comes to what they will and won't contribute to when it comes to collection bounties. I might actually be able to kill him with what I have right now. Boop. Dead. Alright, let's see where this treasure chest drops. Not up there, not over there. I don't see it in this little crack. Alright, let's see. There's only two more places it could possibly be. It could be to my left or in front. Left, it's left. I wonder if I'm pretty sure they will, but I wonder if the wolves will stop being a thing when Taken King comes out. I assume that they will. But who knows? Remember that the Blades of Crota, the Swords of Crota, whatever they were, they went away before House of Wolves. And I can't imagine the House of Wolves is going to remain a big deal. I'm honestly kind of surprised that the invading wolves are still a thing after, Skolas has been killed so many times. That's right, Skolas is dead. We fucking killed him. Like, it wasn't one of those things where it's like, he's defeated? We legit straight up just murdered him. The same with Crota. Well, not even with Crota. With Crota, we murdered his soul. We murdered him 3 times. Atheon was the only one that was I don't know. I guess Skolas is probably the only one that was a normal murder. Because with Atheon, it was he came out of a time-space loop. Which has me thinking, I can't imagine that the Vex only have one variation of an Atheon. Or what Atheon was. I can't imagine that Atheon is the end-all be-all Vex. There's gotta be, comparatively... Oh, okay. Comparatively, Atheon is what? Who knows? What is Atheon compared to anything? What is Atheon compared to the Hive? People immediately say Crota, but why do you say that? Is it because it was a raid boss and you're just comparing the two raid bosses? Or, this franchise is gonna be going on for 10 years. And I assume somewhere down the line we're gonna get some novels. Some extra universal information, some lore written down. And I can't accept the idea that Atheon is all the Vex had. You know, even the gatekeepers, there were 3 gatekeepers, past, future, and present. Why is Atheon any different? We've killed the present Atheon, but the Vault of Glass is constantly splitting off into different timelines. At any given moment is a different timeline. So who's to say that, you know, an endless number of Atheons are out there, you know, existing in their own timelines?
Good job.
You know, as the Vault weapons describe with their flavor text, it's the actions, you know, Praetor's fall hasn't happened yet, but it will again, and is currently, or some shit. You know, it's like, it's a perpetual thing. It's the Vex have a really cool design behind them. What is that? Ideologically, just because they're timeless, yet infinitely tied to it. Just very, it's interesting to me. I've always liked the whole idea of playing around with time and space. Like, that whole thing is interesting to me. Because if you subscribe to the idea of infinite universes and what the Vex have shown is true, where they like can control and manipulate their infinite universes, timelines, and it's not far off to say that they can basically just ignore, you know, what's going on here. And if you think that our timeline, you know, what we're doing in the game is anything special, it's not. You know, there's, you know, just because we're focusing on our timeline doesn't mean that, you know, in our timeline we might win. You know, Atheon might be the end-all be-all for the Vex so far. You know, we may have crippled the Vex and, you know, done what we did. But I can't help but shaking the feeling that in some other timeline, when, you know, when you and your friends, or I and my friends, or some random people we'll never know in the world went off and they killed Atheon in the game, our actions never happened. You know, it's like we were defeated at the Templar, you know, we were expunged immediately. I mean, that, based on the way the time works, that's entirely possible. In fact, it would be stupid to think it isn't possible, and probably hasn't happened, you know. The problem with it, it gets a little excessive, the whole timeline manipulation thing, because basically, if it exists, then it can happen. You know, it's like, say there's a 3 meter by 3 meter room, and you're standing in it, and in this timeline you die of a heart attack. Well, then there's an infinite number of timelines where you die in different places in that 3 by 3 meter room, you know, of a heart attack. Then there's, you know, as many as they, you know, down to like the smallest increment of space. There's a universe where you died every possible way from a heart attack in that room. You know, and the same goes for, you know, suffocation, of starvation, of, you know, whatever. It's, and then if you think, well, that's just, you know, a small example. What if it was a 3.000 repeating 1, you know, and then you end up with this like repetitious infinite idea, you know, an uncountable amount of possibilities that are happening, and we're focusing, you know, macroed, we're focusing on just this universe and our actions in it. And it's just, it's a very, very small perspective. But if you get too deep into thinking like that, it can get kind of scary. That's why you just kind of have to, I mean, in that case, it's like knowing that and ignoring it and not thinking about it is the same as never knowing about it. So what's the difference? Alright, we're done here.